There is a darkness that lives inside us all, a quiet, patient shadow waiting in the corners of our minds. It whispers on the bad days, promising escape, a blinding light in a gray existence. This is the siren song of temptation, a monster that slithers in as a friend, offering to fix what feels broken. For some, it's a feeling. For others, a substance that promises to make you more than you are. The lie is beautiful, tailored to your deepest insecurities, and you want to believe it. The initial embrace feels like salvation, but soon the warmth fades, leaving you colder and alone with the shadow. The journey into this abyss is a slow, deceptive slope, each step a small compromise. The shadow feeds on these surrenders, growing stronger with every just one more time. The promises curdle into chains, and the whisper becomes a master's voice. This is the story of falling into the abyss and the agonizing climb back toward the light. Even when darkness feels absolute, a stubborn spark of hope can remain, waiting to ignite and guide the way home.
Before the shadow, Ethan's world was music, his guitar, his soul, his dream of being heard. He played in smoky bars, chasing a future that felt just within reach, but the pressure to be brilliant was immense.
Vanessa's world was color and canvas, her art a bold declaration of existence, but self-doubt haunted her every stroke. She dreamed of a solo show, but feared she'd never be good enough.
Clara's universe was her son, Leo. She worked 2 jobs, exhausted but determined to give him a better life. The strain and loneliness were constant, a quiet storm beneath her calm.
These were lives filled with purpose and struggle. Ethan, Vanessa, and Clara weren't broken, just reaching for more. They stood on the edge of their potential, unaware of a false promise waiting in the wings. A whispering shadow offered a shortcut to their desires, a quick fix for their deepest fears. That promise would soon unravel the very fabric of their worlds.
The serpent arrived after a brutal gig. A fellow musician offered him a crystalline rock promising genius. Ethan, stung by failure, took it. The first rush was blinding clarity, music pouring out of him.
For Vanessa, the serpent was a solution. A dealer named Victor offered her a baggie to break her creative block. Desperate, she tried it. Colors vibrated, her brush moved with new confidence.
Clara's serpent was exhaustion. A coworker offered her a bump to keep going for her son. The first time she felt unstoppable, cleaning, baking, reading to Leo with energy she'd never had.
It was a perfect poison, tailored to their needs. Ethan's muse, Vanessa's inspiration, Clara's energy. Meth didn't arrive as a monster, but as a friend, a secret weapon. They believed they were in control, not realizing they were handing over their souls. The serpent's promise was a beautiful, deadly deception. They thought they'd found power, but the serpent would slowly devour them from the inside out. The descent had begun. The cost would be everything. The initial high was a glorious, deceptive honeymoon.
I wrote songs in a frenzy, feeling untouchable, until the music turned frantic and paranoid. My bandmates couldn't keep up. I missed gigs, fumbled on stage. The label stopped calling.
My art grew dark and twisted. I worked with manic intensity, but my studio became a prison. I sold my best paintings for scraps just to get more from Victor.
My world shrank to the next high. The energy turned to paranoia. I missed work, spent rent money on my habit. Leo became an afterthought, learning to fend for himself as I stared at the walls.
The love and dreams that once defined them were eclipsed by addiction's demands. The drug stripped them of everything: music, art, family. Their lives became a desperate cycle of chasing the high and crashing into despair. They lied, stole, and pushed away everyone who tried to help. The world faded to gray, and the serpent's grip tightened. They were trapped in a nightmare of their own making. Victor, the sinister dealer, became the voice of their addiction, always present, always whispering their fears.
You're nothing without me. This darkness, this is your truth.
I pawned my father's guitar. Victor's laughter haunted me.
In a psychotic rage, I destroyed my studio, convinced my art was infested. Victor's voice echoed, "You destroy everything you touch."
CPS took Leo away. His frightened face shattered my world.
At rock bottom, a new figure appeared. Marcus, a former addict running an outreach center.
I've been where you are. There's a way back, but you have to take the first step.
Marcus offered no judgment, just understanding and hope. He was the antithesis of Victor, a symbol of recovery. The battle wasn't epic, but a series of small, painful acts of courage.
I picked up a borrowed guitar in group, my hands shaking.
I drew a single flower on a blank page.
I called CPS, begging for a chance to get well for my son.
The journey back was winding and hard, filled with setbacks and doubt. In Marcus's community center, they found others who understood.
I talked about the pressure to be a genius and the pain of letting people down.
I shared my fear that I'd never make anything beautiful again.
I spoke of loneliness and wanting to be the mom my son deserved.
In sharing, they found they weren't alone. Shame lost its power. Slowly, they reclaimed what they'd lost: music, art, family.
I started writing music again, just for myself.
I painted portraits of my recovery group, capturing their resilience.
I dedicated myself to recovery, fighting to be reunited with Leo.
Their victory wasn't the absence of darkness, but the courage to face it. Together, they stood as proof that hope, community, and the human spirit can climb out of the abyss and into the dawn.